Um, okay, I think there are completely understandable all the reasons you have, guys, about why is it a good thing to embrace to have this kind of economic integration initiative. But I think we can also find some reasons to analysis uh, deeply why is going on with the economic integration with undeveloped and developed countries, for example. So why uh, I just about to say um, it is a no against for the economic integration initiative theory. I think it is a good way to enjoy all benefits for everybody. But the real problem is when you try to establish the game's rules, and more specifically on developed countries with the governments are not able to build because reliable policies and a strong infrastructure around all this fair trade. Uh, Basically, I think the success or failure of economic integration should be evaluated in the context of the objectives it sets to achieve an appropriate system to permit uh, all these fair trade are will be able to function to great to did it is successfully. And I think the first reason I have to say why I think the economic integration initiative is not ready with the determined when in specific countries is because the government has a lot of complexities to create this flexibility or these new markets with the private sector, especially. And one of the points that captured my attention, it was not most of the cases are into undeveloped countries and developed countries. Um, and these ones are not ready to satisfy all the requests, all the demands that this kind of market requires, that this kind of markets demand. And, and that I think most of the time is because the government doesn't have this flexibility or this intention to create the fair rules for all the gamers. Uh, they really know the advantages about all this economic integration initiative. I'm sure it is, but they're not able to satisfy all sectors. Most of the time, possibly, is because they have some particular interests, or actually they don't have the support enough to get this into reality. Um, the second one, I think, is because the undeveloped or developed countries doesn't have a really strong infrastructure, the all the resources, but it is composed of this economic system. For example, we could also find in industrialized countries internet, railways, ports, airports, highways, and people, capital, and information, and all of them are assembled to get of this goal in front of the requirements that the economic integration, these fair trades demands. Unfortunately, in these goods, these countries are always eclipsed by industrialized nations. And I'm still thinking with these nations severely lacking inadequate infrastructure for all participants into this economic integration to goal to achieve an cohesive uh, economic is somewhat unrealistic. This, my conclusion would be, this method, it has to be inclusive in an integration scheme where countries are not at different levels of development, and hence gains from integration are not disproportionate. Thank you.